so proud to introduce a friend of mine and who's also been within my professional network, Mr. Cliff Hyppolite. Hey, Hip, let's give you the platform and introduce yourself to the Filipino community and everybody nationwide and to all the Filipinos that you've helped in the past.
Thank you, Antoinette. I appreciate it. And, I always value friendships and, business relationships. It's important. It's who we are. It's what we do. And I'm the owner of Secure Realty Investments. Been open for about 4 years now, about 4.5, give or take. I'm also a real estate investor. I specialize in fix and flips and multifamilies. So definitely can help any client that needs to sell, sell and buy. I'm licensed in multiple states, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Florida. So I try to keep myself busy. Antoinette was actually a former client of mine. So, I was very happy to serve and, we continued our friendship and now I'm so proud of her because now she's doing her business and it's growing exponentially. And I see her online doing great things. So I'm very happy and I'm very, humbled that you guys invited me and, valued me to come on here and speak to you guys. But I'm definitely open to anybody that, looking to invest, looking to buy off market properties or regular sell buys. I actually do a little bit of creative financing too. If someone's in a bind, there's always more than one way to solve a problem. So I am a problem solver. So I'm here. So the how, I know there was a how and a why that I had to answer of how I got into real estate. I got into real estate basically. I did a transaction my own. I really didn't feel supported, so it motivated me, and I felt like I could actually help people and do it for a living. So I've been licensed for about 10 years, and my why is just because I do it for my family. Being a real estate agent, I was able to leave my full-time W-2 and actually do what I want to do, which gives me more time for my family. So
how did you go from like the real estate to the investor piece as well? Because now a lot of people do the real estate thing, but not necessarily the investing.
Excellent question. So I always, like in challenging myself, I was always into real estate. So I started helping a lot of people doing regular sell buys. And then I had a lot of people in my sphere that were also contractors that fixed houses and, they were selling them for profit. So when I saw that was being done, I'm like, hey, I think I can do this. So I started to leverage them and use them for their skills. And then I started going out and finding the deals. So it was just a community and networking with people. And that's how I got into it, and I've been investing for about, I want to say 7 years now.
Putting people on our platform, inviting guests who just want, who we can just show that, hey, it's possible. People are doing this. People are getting into real estate. People are getting into, starting law firms, and they're certainly, it's certainly not impossible. It's just a matter of heeding their advice, and you're gonna have plenty of opportunity to give us a little bit of that later on, Cliff. And I understand you're also in Quincy.
I am, and you hit the nail right on the head. It's all about showing people that it's possible, and we're all coming from minority communities, and a lot of them, they think that there's no hope, and it's just looking at things from one way. And once we come in and we step in as advisors, because we're all advisors on here, no matter what we do, we can actually show them the way and show them how to do it the right way and help them better their lives. That's my why. That's my other why, just helping people to do better,
Yeah, no, that's perfect. Well, I'm certainly excited. Art, is there anything you want to comment on the?
You know what? I have a lot to comment when it comes to real estate, but let me kind of give you the journey that how I've gotten to real estate, everything from my past to current, real quick. My first home was actually I bought off market off a contractor that ran out of money, and it was stick built, had nothing in it, rough wiring. I said, hey, I can buy this off market and become the GC, and that was my first house. I got in there, got an occupancy permit. I subbed everything out and learned a lot. I even know how to wire now because of doing it, and plumb and finish carpentry. I learned right from the book. I didn't even have YouTube set when I first did it. I did that, made money off that, moved to Massachusetts. On that turn, I bought a complete house, but it needed a lot of renovation, so I did that renovated. So let me speed forward to what you're doing. You're actually more advanced than me. Just recently, and Ruben knows this, I've created a new firm called Legacy Capital. So you go under legacycgroup.com. We are now same thing you're doing. The only difference I have, rather than going out and looking for contractors, the contract and the supply is built into the investment company. So we're actually vertical. And so I'm not going to haggle with my contractors anymore. I got a guy that implements. My job is to bring the feeder, right? And then work with folks like Ruben's background with lending capability and all that to be able to really, ultimately, we want to provide affordable and available homes, which is sadly lacking in Massachusetts right now. So that's the ultimate goal. So part of the platform here is, I know there's a lot of Filipinos out there trying to get their first homes. Listen to the folks on this thing. It's right in front of you. We're all gone through it, right, Ruben?
That's
and
it.
if you're a Filipino and you're trying to move out of that apartment to something where you can say the American dream, I own it now, is you're talking to folks that have done it. And I'll just leave it at that, because there's a lot more to be said from all this.
Right now, the interest rates are dropping a little bit. I mean, we're in the sixes, which is good. So, definitely want to make families aware of that. Anybody that's looking to actively purchase right now. I always like to say the phrase, date the rate, marry the house. Even if the numbers don't work, you can always change it later. You can change the rate, you can refi. But last month we were in the sevens, so we are seeing some type of progress. So I just wanted to share that.
And we already heard that you made the jump from your job or W-2, as some people would call it. What were you doing prior to real estate?
So prior to real estate, I was a correction officer. I was in law enforcement. I did it for 13 years. Same as John, I was actually trying to go to law school. I did get in. I took it for a couple of months, but I realized I had the brokerage open by then, and it was either the brokerage or law school. So I decided to go with the brokerage because I felt like my heart was, in place of just helping people. And, I did my first investment property, my first flip. I had it under contract. I gave my 4 weeks to the sheriff's department, and I never looked back. So I just stayed committed to the brokerage. I really had a passion to do law. I love the law. I always study it, but I think my heart was, doing the brokerage and helping people. And now I've been, a manager for about 4.5 years. Sales manager, training agents. Now I have some agents that are jumping on my mentorship program for the flips and stuff. So it's been an amazing experience. And most importantly, I just have more time for my family. So, again, and the whole point of this is you want to be able to be there for your family. You want to be part of the community and help people. It's not just about you and making money, but it's helping people and helping your family grow. So.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. That's awesome. And I love the fact that you're in the middle of your deal and you submit your 2 weeks notice or whatever. I mean, I talk about burning the ships.
It was the best feeling, brother. Like, that was when the moment of truth happened, and I'm like, listen, I'm doing this. And even my wife, she was like, "Are you sure?" I mean, she's very supportive, but she's like, "Okay, if you're doing this, I'm with you because I know you can, do anything." But it was an amazing experience to be able to do that, and I'm just, grateful to God first for giving me the strength and the courage to be able to, just move on and then build my sphere and continue, to provide for my family. So.
Perfect.
I'm thankful.
Perfect. No, that's great. That's great. No, good for you, and I'm glad to hear it. Family is always a good why, by the way. So it's no wrong.
What can you do, or what can you or your business do to help not just the Filipinos or the people in Massachusetts, but everybody nationwide?
About, they want to leave a will and, how to do that. So I think awareness is the most important thing. I'm just going to piggyback off what he said because, a lot of people in the community, in our communities, they're not really sure of what to do, and they think, oh well, if my father passed away, this automatically goes to me. But if he didn't have a will, the state can take it, and a lot of people don't know that. So I think it's important just to keep people informed. And I have a networking event that I do every month, actually, in the community, and I just have people come in and we just talk about real estate. I have attorneys, I have people that show up that just gives them education. It's free. My consults are free. I am licensed in Rhode Island and Florida as well, but I'm focusing out here a little bit more. But I'm happy to help anybody that just wants to be educated and to know what to do with their investment. Because it's very important.
Like, what do you think the biggest hurdle was for you to get to where you are, and just in terms of your business?
I think limiting beliefs will keep you stranded and hold you hostage. So you want to train with people that are doing better, that are smarter, so that you can say, okay, identify the goal and actually take action and learn from individuals that are doing what you want to do to get to where you want to be at. So, because a lot of people talk, they do a lot of talking, but what are they actually doing? You don't really believe someone until you see their actions, right? So I'm a big, fan of that, getting older now, and I'm seeing, okay, I believe by what people do, not what by they say. So if you can say what you say and prove it by your actions, then things are going to work out. Things are going to work out for you.
Would you say, and if you don't mind sharing, what would you say the limiting belief that held you back, Cliff?
So my limiting belief was thinking that, well, getting a business and going out on your own is hard. A W-2 job is more stable. You know what I mean? Like, those were the type of beliefs that I had, but I was unhappy where I was at. So I said, okay, I have to do something about it. So when I started talking to individuals that were business owners, people that were in real estate and grew their business, that were my age, some were younger, it inspired me, and I started to take notes from them. I started to just talk to them about things. And then finally I said, all right, let me implement my plan. And that's how it happened. I started to believe in myself because I surrounded myself with people that were doing it and that were willing to help me and give me guidance.
100%. Yeah. So they say statistically 85% of people, working people, are not happy at what they do. So if you're interacting with the wrong percentage of people, then it's likely that you'll stay where you are. But if you're interacting with the 15% of people who really do enjoy what they do, you're likely to be drawn into that category. So, really do appreciate that. I appreciate you saying that, because as simple as it might sound to do what you like, and be told that it's possible, it's not that, it's just not that easy. You got to take action. You got to do things.
And like our fellow friend John said, don't give up. Just keep going. I mean, is it easy running a business? No. We all fall into hiccups. Things come up that we have to take care of, but we push on, we press on, and that's what keeps us going. So as you guys all probably know by now, I'm not Filipino. I did grow up in a Haitian American household, and as I got older, I became friends with. I was always open to, meeting any type of person. It didn't matter what nationality you are, but I grew close with Antoinette and her family, and we've been friends for about 10 years now. And one thing I've learned is a lot of people that are outside that of your culture, sometimes they support you more than people in your own culture. So definitely, have a lot of respect for the Filipino community, and always treated me like family, always looked out for each other. So a big friendship there. So definitely, thankful for that again, and I'm thankful for having you guys have me on this show. It truly means a lot.
Yeah, no, it's great. Yeah, no, I certainly want to stress that it doesn't, you don't have to be Filipino to be on the show. Thank you so much. Thank you. Maraming salamat. Until next week, everyone, we're going to have more amazing guests for you next week. I believe Adobo Republic is going to be on our show. We have another room for another guest as well. But hey, until next week, make it a great day. We really appreciate you being on the show or watching the show. Take care.
Filipino! Hoy pare, pakinggan nyo ko. Ito ng tunay na Filipino.